All right, we have now left executive session at 8:56. There was no action. There was only discussion in regards to the USAC bylaws. Brett, you have a motion?
I do have a motion.
Beautiful final motion.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I have to motion to amend the agenda for today because we want to add a discretionary item of $650 to cover the Fall Sepulveda Transit Corridor Rally back in fall. I was there, the president, Joy. We also had Move LA. We had some other government officials like Chelsea Byers, West Hollywood Mayor. So I kindly ask that we could just do that super quick, and I'm sorry.
Second.
Brett, motions, Joy seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands. Please lower your hands. All against. All abstaining with a vote of 13 to 0 to 0. USAC's discretionary request for $650 for the SDC rally in fall of 2025 is now approved. Thank you, everyone. I mean, we can, Jonathan, we have to get out of here at 9:15.
No. What?
Okay, well, we'll speed run. We'll end the meeting and then we'll do everyone's final, or actually, no, we'll do your closing statements on public record. We can go in with me first, or we can start with, I don't know, like we're gonna be here all day. We'll go backwards order. So we'll start with ISR.
Do I set like a timer for a minute?
Everyone can, game theory, we'll figure it out ourselves.
Okay.
Let's-
I'm
Okay,
gonna do
yeah.
my full statement since I'm first for the first time. um so for the past couple of weeks, everyone's been asking me the same question. How do you feel finishing your term as ISR? I think the best answer I have is this. I feel bittersweet, exhausted, grateful, slightly caffeine poisoned, and still deeply content. When I first ran for ISR, I kept coming back to one idea that every student deserves to feel at home at UCLA, not just welcome during orientation week and acknowledged in statistics or brochures. America has always been shaped by people who came here carrying hope, sacrifice, and ambition. International students leave their entire lives to build something new here. It's exciting, but isolating at the same time. And so that idea of home became very important to me this year. I wanted this office to feel less like an institution and more like a doorway people could walk through without feeling intimidated. I know there was a lot of doubt surrounding my USAC experience when I first stepped into this role. And truthfully, there were moments this year when I felt completely terrified. It is hard to understand unless you have been in this exact situation. Being an international student on council can be deeply overwhelming. But I think fear can either make you retreat or make you care more deeply. And for me, it became the latter. My team knows how hard we worked for this office. They saw the nights that blurred into mornings, the meetings squeezed between classes, the constant problem solving, and yes, the genuinely unhealthy amount of monsters that carried me throughout this year. But more than that, they saw the intent that went into this work. And I could not have asked for a better team beside me through all of it. To Soumya, my chief of staff, and truly the backbone of this office, there's no version of this office that exists without you. To Bhavya, Christian, Nisa, Cindy, Joy, Rida, Evla, our staff, and our interns, thank you for believing in this office and in me, especially during moments when things got chaotic. Being only the seventh ISR means that there was never really a blueprint for what this role should look like. So this year, we spent a lot of time building. We expanded Bruin Buddies and the committee integration program. We built Global Bites and Teaching Kitchen collaborations, from sesame rice balls for Lunar New Year to manakish to Turkish desserts. We hosted the international prom, Bruins around the world, wellness events, town halls, alumni panels, legal workshops, speaker events, fitness and recreation classes, cultural talent shows, and professional development programming. We partnered with organizations across campus, the Dash U Center, Student Legal Services, UCLA Dining, UCLA Recreation, Teaching Kitchen, TSR, SWC, GenRep 3, GSA, cultural organizations, first year experience, academic senate, and administration to make international student support more connected and easier to access. We advocated during moments of uncertainty surrounding visas and international student protections, pushed for stronger legal access and institutional support, had our first in person International Student Alliance meeting featuring representatives from all the UCs and worked to make sure international students were not left out of conversations that directly affected them. And while we worked hard to grow this office, build groundwork, create initiatives, and form new relationships across campus, there is still so much more work to be done. And I can only hope that the next team carries it forward with the same care and intention. Because I'm so, so proud of what we leave behind. I'm proud that students stayed after events just to talk to us. I'm proud of the collaborations we built and the initiatives that we started. I'm proud that this office became louder, more visible, and more connected to students than before. And honestly, some of my favorite moments are the smallest ones. The slight embarrassment while dancing at prom, seeing all the food gone after our events, or overhearing someone say, I was nervous to come alone, but I'm glad I did. Managing this office was challenging, and my ambitions for it were high, probably unrealistically high sometimes. But I can say with complete honesty that I gave this role everything that I had, probably 28 of my 24 hours every single day. I think everyone around me knows that this became my entire life for a while. And despite the exhaustion, I would still choose it again. Serving as ISR has been one of my greatest privileges at UCLA. And before this chapter closes, I just want to say thank you to the students who trusted us, to my team for standing beside me through every moment, to Jonathan, Lorelai, Lori, and Orlando for all of your support, for Kendall for delivering those notes on every painfully long meeting, to Hiram, beyond sharing an office, I'm grateful to have gained a close friend. And to the rest of council, I learned so much from all of you. Thank you.
I don't know how to follow that up, but I can try. Okay, before I even begin my spiel, I'd like to deeply congratulate Paige, Pranaya, and Ashley. The student body is so, so, so lucky to have you. Okay, here I go. All right, I cannot believe that this is my last officer report. It's truly mind-boggling, and yet a part of me is relieved. During last year's election cycle, I remember thinking to myself in a moment of existential crisis that the rest of my undergraduate career, at least until week 8 of senior year, had already been planned out for me. USAC is all my life would be, and it is all I've ever known at UCLA. I joined USAC July of 2024 before I even began my classes. What will college life be these next 2 weeks without it? That's for me to find out. To some extent, junior year me was right. USAC is all my life was within the walls of this school. Since May of 2025, I've been working day and night to best serve our transfer student body on campus. In my campaign, I promised to work tirelessly, and I think I did just that. I put my grades, law school ambitions, and friendships aside to do exactly what I was warned not to do, put USAC first. I got emotionally involved. My day-to-day life became a matter of how many events I could host in 1 week and how quickly I could accomplish my platforms. I know everyone sitting with me on council can at least somewhat empathize with this feeling. I would advise the 2026-2027 council to not make my same mistakes, but it's awfully hard when you're actually working the job. I guess my advice here would be to find a balance earlier on and to not be afraid to set boundaries, be it with your fellow council members or with your office. I was recently asked whether I would do it all over again, and while my first instinct is to say no, as I sit here speaking this, I think differently. I would do it all over again. Bear with me, I'm gonna say a lot of names here. I would do it for my exec team, Paige, Jennifer, Hal, and James. For my staff who have stuck with me through the year, Avery, Jake, Sanjana, Austin, Giovanna, Amy, Kishan, Ani, Dulce, Diana, Luis, Chloe, Lori, David, Ilaria, Ashley C., Elena, Joseph, Maru, Andrew, Sun, Sarah, Kim, Haley, Annie, Jasmine, Haroon, Ashley M. Hey, Brett, Kevin, Leia, Jenna, Roxana, James, Arushi, Neha, Kat, Erica, RJ, Max, Caitlin, Sukmani, Mia, Abosli, Theo, Haley, Isabella, Emily, Carlia, Tommy, Hannah, Doris, Liz, Emma, Avery, Jeff, Kim, Anam, and Rita, and for all 20 of our fantastic interns. I would do it also all over again for Kea, my dear office mate and friend. How lucky am I to walk out of this immensely unique college experience with someone I hope to hold close for a lifetime? I don't know. I feel really, I feel so, okay, I feel so lucky. I'm also proud to say that I acted on and accomplished all 4 of my platforms that I ran on last spring alongside my wonderful team. Through transfer opportunities, we established a monthly newsletter, hosted career and grad school panels, and provided post-grad resources to transfer students. Through Transfer Connections, we hosted events to show community college students that a UC education is possible and something they can afford. Through Transfer Needs and Accessibility, we hosted basic needs drives. Wait, shout out Neha, I don't know where she is, but we hosted basic needs drives with campus partners and worked to advocate for transfer student housing needs. And lastly, through Transfer Wellness, we hosted bi-weekly wellness workshops and provided resources for students to thrive amidst imposter syndrome and sentiments revolving around the fear of missing out. Now, while I tried my best and truly believe we accomplished as much as we could together, there is still a great deal that USAC can do better for the general student body, especially for transfer students. I want next year's council to recognize that the change you promised in your campaigns is only possible through collaboration and a genuine willingness to listen to one another. Put any and all petty feelings aside and don't lose sight of who you have the privilege of serving. It is with great pleasure that I hand over this office to my wonderful successor, Ashley Ma. What a nail biter that race was. 3 votes, are you kidding me? Ashley will do great things in office, and I'm so sure of it. It has been wonderful seeing her grow as a director on my team, and you should all be so excited to see how TSR grows with her. I implore new officers to connect with her as soon as possible. You all saw our presentation, now act on it. It has been such an honor serving as your transfer student representative this past academic year. Thank you so much for trusting me. Before I end, you all have been mispronouncing my name, all of you, this past year, and I'm gonna coach you on how to say it before I go, okay? I've been too shy to actually correct it. Okay, in Korean, last name comes first, so can everyone say it with me? I wanna hear it, okay? Yun, Haerim. No, I need you to do it again. Haerim. I'll accept it. All right, well, thank you guys so much again. Like, it's been an honor.
Anna, we're gonna speed run it, guys. We got an extension to 9:40, so please speed run it. Yeah, still have to go fast. That's the important part.
Okay, I will try to keep this short still, but I just wanted to
3 minutes.
first of all say a huge thank you to my assistant commissioner, Kaden, and my chief of staff, Marley. None of what we did this year could have been possible without their endless support, our endless nights of work. Thank you also to my entire 59-person board for all their creative ideas and their passion for student wellness. I also wanted to say thank you to Jonathan, Lorelai, Lori, and Orlando for answering my millions of questions and letting me barge into your office. The work we did this year would not have been possible without each and every one of you. I just wanted to highlight a few of the things that really stood out to me from this year. At the beginning, we organized Health Coming, SWC's annual campus health festival, which brought together over 493 attendees and 25 tabling organizations to connect students, especially first year and first year transfer students, with campus health resources through interactive wellness activities. We also led and supported Bruin Health Week, a week-long campus initiative featuring 17 wellness events designed to support student well-being across multiple dimensions of health. We supported the annual Bruin Run Walk 5K, which engaged over 700 student participants and raised over $20,000 for the Painted Turtle, a camp for kids with serious medical conditions. We created and expanded new campus partnerships, including Fuel for Finals with First to Go and the Latinx Success Center, providing students with snacks, study support, and accessible wellness resources during finals season. We also hosted Joy as Resistance, an identity-centered wellness and cultural celebration event that created space for community, collective care, and creative expression during a time of increasing challenges to DEI initiatives and minority spaces. The event featured performances from multiple student cultural organizations. And another highlight, we conducted a student survey on campus health resources that collected over 297 student responses and developed actionable recommendations that were shared directly with UCLA executive leadership to improve accessibility, awareness, and effectiveness of student wellness resources. And that's just a snapshot of all we did this year. I know there's so many other things that I'm not going to share because that would take forever. But last but not least, I am so excited to have Daniela as my successor. I know she will do amazing in this role, and I just can't wait to see what she does with SWC.
Thank you, Nico.
Hey everyone. I was kind of banking on getting cut off at 9:15, but anyway, um, being on council for 2 years has been such like an honor, and working alongside all of you has been just amazing. For the new council, I was like shocked to see how hard you all worked for this. Like that campaign was crazy, but I know you're all going to do great things. I look forward to hearing all about your guys' work next year. And being on council for 2 years, my biggest piece of advice is read the bylaws in its entirety.
True.
You have an upcoming 3-day weekend, and I highly recommend reading the bylaws. You would be shocked to see what's in there. And they are an easy read. Like that's a bedtime story, if anything. So, yeah, and we just revised them. They're short. The bylaws are very important. But anyway, I'm super excited to be able to say that my assistant commissioner, Korea Kim, is taking over my role. Literally my favorite person ever. I love Korea Kim, if that was not clear already. And then also, I'm gonna miss me and Sherry and Daniel's 6-7 jokes throughout the year. But other than that, I'll see you all later.
Thank you, Nico. Joy.
Hello, everyone. As I give my last officer report for our last USAC meeting, I'm filled with awe and gratitude for my commission and our collaborators during my term and from years before my time. I started as a staffer, in fact, my first month at UCLA 4 years ago and was appointed as commissioner last February and then re-elected to continue serving once more this year. I'm a disabled student from Los Angeles who cares deeply about the environmental justice and mobility issues that impact our peers and community members. And the work that FACT does not only impacts me, but many other students deeply. Our advocacy and initiatives to improve mobility and make campus more sustainable and accessible build upon years of student advocacy before my time, and we sought to consistently center communities, especially the disabled community, in our work. Stepping into my term last February, we recentered our collaboration with the Disabled Student Union, or DSU, and disability justice advocates. We established the pilot Lily Shaw Disability Cultural Center, or LSDCC, this past March. Thank you. Which has been advocated for at least the past 3 years and is one of the only dedicated physical spaces for disabled students to gather in community and share resources with each other at UCLA. The LSDCC is also dedicated to honoring the late Lily Shaw, the 2019 to 2020 Facilities Commissioner and founder of the DSU, who was a disabled student herself and a staunch advocate for student needs. We helped increase staffing and decrease wait times for Bruin Access, renewed the U-Pass last year to provide fare-free transit for all students through 2030, and successfully advocated for a direct on-campus station at UCLA as part of the Sepulveda Transit Corridor project, with Metro unanimously approving Modified Alternative 5 as the locally preferred alternative of the STC this past January. We reallocated office spaces to over 30 student organizations for the past 2 years. Organized our first ever Earth Day extravaganza and Fact Fest, which huge shout out to Neha. Organized sustainable move in and move out on the Hill and the apartments for students to donate and exchange their used items. Partnered with external and environmental justice groups to promote ethical purchasing. Carried out the reusable mug campaign to reduce waste. Funded hundreds of thousands of dollars of student projects and events through TGIF. Promoted underutilized spaces on campus and funded the commuter scholarship with Nico and Hedden. Yes, yeah, among many more projects. The work done to strengthen campus accessibility, sustainability, and mobility is not possible without my commission and our collaborators. Thank you to my exec, Neha, Vrinda, Michael, Betty, and Ariella for carrying our commission on their backs and for having my back in and outside of FAC. I didn't mean to rhyme that. Thank you to our staff, directors, and our USAC Director of the Year, Winston, for spearheading these important projects, and Paige and our DSU coordinators for being some of our strongest disability justice advocates and allies. Thank you to OSAC and Pranea for the hard work done to ensure students get the spaces they need on campus, and TJF for ensuring that student projects promoting sustainability and environmental justice continue to get funded. Thank you to the rest of council for advocating for over 33,000 undergrad students alongside me, and our advisors, Jonathan and Lorelai, and SGS staff for supporting us. While my term is ending, the advocacy and work done in making campus more sustainable and accessible to all students, especially disabled students, does not. It started years before my time and is needed and will continue for years after. Paige has been devoted to improving UC-wide and campus accessibility during her time on this campus, and I look forward to seeing her lead our commission and the work we continue to do
30-second check.
after this year. Sorry. It has been an honor advocating alongside our student body on improving campus sustainability, accessibility, and mobility, and I am excited to see what you all continue to do. Signing off, Joy Huang, 2025 to 2026, and 2024 to 2025 Facilities Commissioner.
Thank you. Woo! Divine?
I'm gonna keep this short. Next year, I'm gonna say a whole lot, but I really want to say thank you to the entire CAC team this year. We did so much, like over 30 events this year. I think two things I'm really proud of. One, we did a full 5 days of World Fest for the first time in a long time. That's so huge. And then JRF, like we've been working on this all year, and the fact that like all these challenges we were able to get funding, we pulled together such an amazing lineup in a month. I'm really so proud of that and so excited to see the final results. But the work is not over. I'm so energized for next year. My 4 words to describe it: momentum, uh, energy, innovation, and a phrase, foot on next. Like your CAC is gonna come in so hard next year. And I'm so excited for that, and I'm so hopeful for this incoming council. You, congrats to all of you. It's going to be a great year. Thank you.
Edison?
Yeah, hello. Sorry I couldn't be there. Had to be away from LA for personal reasons. But yeah, I'm really glad that the past year has gone by really smoothly. Really, really proud of my commission and my staff members. We planned events, organized overseas trips, even provided support to our various CSE projects for various events that they put on as well. And I'm just really, really proud of my team, and I couldn't have asked for more. Also really, really enjoyed working with everyone. I hope everyone goes on to do better and more awesome things. And yeah, see you guys whenever and wherever, I guess.
Daniel?
Hey. So I also didn't prepare anything. But this past year has been great. We had a bunch of concerts for Bash. Shout out to Vine, CAC. It was a great Bash. You guys all liked it, right? Yeah? Yeah? Woo? Okay. Okay. Whatever. We had some great speakers. We had like everything from drag queens to comedians. And we had unbelievable amount of film screenings. Like actually, like I can't even count them. And then we also had a bunch of random events. Like we had goats on Broome Plaza. We had a live dating show. Best original idea. Sorry, I just thought that was funny. But yeah, it's been a great year. I've been in CEC for the past 4 years. This commission has literally been the entirety of my college experience, and being able to be the commissioner this past year has truly meant a lot to me. Um, and yeah, and honestly, I couldn't think of a better person to hand this off to than Salem, and so excited to see what she does next.
Chris?
Sorry. Okay, I do have something prepared, so I'm going to try and rush through it. It is both with deep fulfillment and an undeniable humility that I offer these reflections as my journey on this council comes to a close. 2 years ago, I sauntered through those doors carrying little more than conviction, hope, and an unwavering belief that students deserved institutions courageous enough to truly listen to them. I wandered the storied halls of UCLA, imagining what it might mean to serve something larger than myself, to leave behind not merely programs or policies, but traces of dignity, equity, and possibility for those who would come after me. Today, as I prepare to graduate and begin my next chapter of my journey in graduate school, I do so profoundly grateful for the honor of having served as UCLA's Academic Affairs Commissioner. For my very first term, I committed myself to advancing academic equity and systemic change. With the support of my mighty village, my office, and my office members, we advocated for accessibility, elevated student voices within the academic senate, strengthened relationships across campus governance, and fought tirelessly to ensure that the promise of higher education was not reserved for the privileged few, but extended fully and fearlessly to every Bruin. The work was never easy, but it was meaningful work. But meaningful work rarely is. Change asks something of us. It asks for patience, imagination, courage, and above all, people willing to persist even when progress feels painfully slow or when those entrusted with power become blinded by pride rather than guided by the public good. If my office and administration are remembered for anything, I hope it is for a relentless pursuit of community centered, community informed, equity driven, and deeply human solutions to institutional challenges. We approach every issue not as an abstract policy dilemma, but as a lived reality impacting real students with real struggles, dreams, and aspirations. Through initiatives such as the Passion Project Initiative, we encourage senators to think boldly, creatively about the systemic inequities facing students. We work to establish the first student ambassador to the Registrar Pilot Program, ensuring students had direct voice in conversations surrounding academic processes and institutional hindrances. What began as a pilot evolved into a permanent expanding initiative. Our office has also helped create the Interdepartmental Student Council, an infrastructure designed not merely for a single administration, but for generations of future department advisory groups and student leaders to come. At every turn, we saw approaches that were
Sorry.
restorative, collaborative, not performative, and guided always by dignity, accessibility, and care. There are a few individuals whose leadership embodies the truth more fully than my dear friend Angela Ledesma Grattarola. Angela is passionate, brilliant, astute, visionary, resilient, compassionate, principled, eloquent, strategic, unwavering, and deeply committed to justice in all of its forms. And I am so excited for her to take this new position. And I'm so happy for her. And I cannot wait to see all the wonderful things that you do in this office. And I'm going to be here cheering you on. Thank you.
Woo!
Brett. Brett.
All right. So I wrote this on the plane today. And I was telling people all year, I was like, I'm kind of dreading this part because I'm not good at goodbyes and writing these kind of things. Especially being here and last year and the shadow day. But I just want to say welcome to all the new council members. I eagerly watched the race and I'm very excited that we have such an amazing group of people who get to carry on the work. This past year has been definitely one of the quickest of my life, but it's been one of the most fulfilling. Last fall, I came to UCLA from El Camino College with zero student government experience, and as a new transfer, I was extremely eager to get involved. I joined the EVP office as a fellow. I served on the academic senate and in the FAC office for just about a quarter. But here I learned the importance of student advocacy. And in these offices, I was surrounded by some of the most inspirational people, including former and current council members. These people believed in my vision and supported me these past 2 years as I went from a staffer to a council member. Through USAC, I have met hundreds of amazing friends who I could build a community with, something that's been incredibly important to me as someone who came to UCLA as a transfer student with extreme imposter syndrome. But it would not be fair to make this all about me. I want to say a big thank you to our wonderful SGS staff and advisors who tolerated me coming in and bothering them all the time. I want to say a thank you to my fellow council members who always pushed me and shared the same passion for improving our campus and student experiences. To all the faculty and staff who went out of their way to make sure I was connected, had opportunities to grow, and who made sure that I was mentally sound at the end of the day. To a really close friend, Jose, who was the one who taught me about student government, encouraged me to run, and has always believed in me. To my exec, Johanna and Zitlali, who always made me feel sane and ensured that our office could run smoothly. And to Mia, who's been my rock these past 2 years, who never left when it got tough, and who teaches me each day to not back down. Someone who's an amazing person and someone I've been lucky to experience UCLA with. I've been so honored and proud to serve as GR3 this past year and as one of the first transfers elected to the position. Okay, I'm good. And to the new council members, I'm more than happy to chat and help out in any way I can before the end of the year. 2 years ago, I'm going to end one last thing. 2 years ago, I had a coffee chat with an alumni before I transferred. They told me a little bit about USAC, how there are these elected positions, but that transfers could never win and that it would be out of the question to run. But I'm proud to sit up here and be proof to future students that transfers belong on council.
30-second check.
Yeah. I could talk a lot about like Gen Rep 2 and accomplishments and how much fun I had. I had a lot of fun. I mean, it was hard, but I had a lot of fun. But I really want to take time to just thank council and like everyone and I've learned so much from and like special people I really want to highlight. I mean, I learned so much from our lovely ISR and TSR, both communities that I don't come from, and I really want to just share my gratitude from learning so much from both of you guys. Nico, had a lot of fun working with you on USA VOD and learning about the bylaws and funding, and now I feel so happy I like can translate that in the president role and really carry that out. So I really want to show appreciation. Divine, thank you so much for everything. I'm so excited to serve with you next year, and it was honestly an honor to like have someone else who's frankly black on council who I can like look to and just like be like, I'm not feel seen, I'm not the only one here. I'm really excited for like our incoming gen reps. I'm excited that there's Susie, another black person who will be on council. That makes me so happy. I'm excited to see Evan, our gen rep 1 as well. And then Pranaya, I'm literally could not think of a better successor. They said, let's get a Give Me 2.0, but South Asian, and I love it. So happy for us. Y'all, you already know, like, I'm genuinely so happy, and I'm really, like, trying to be eager and enthusiastic because I will start crying. Diego, thank you so much. I'm, like, hoping to, like, carry out this role in a hopefully new transformative way, but really appreciate you and all the things that you taught me as well. But there's two people I really need to that I really need to share. And that was Sherry and Tommy. Oh God, now I'm gonna, damn it. Fuck. Sherry, I came in as a freshman, didn't really know what I was doing, just knew I wanted to get involved. I met her at UC Student Association Student Organizing Summit that's approaching now 2 years ago, and I was just really eager and involved, and she taught me the ropes. She taught me about Regents, UCSA. I became a USA board member as a freshman. I was super young, and I was really like just learning and throwing myself out there, and a lot of people were like, oh my God, you're so young, what are you doing? But I was just really eager to help and so honored, Cherry, that you just taught me everything. You taught me so much and I'm so happy, but okay, I have 35 seconds. So now I want to honor Tommy, who I consider my USAC dad, who pretty much taught me everything I know. I was his successor, and I remember just seeing it, and I was like, I'm just gonna apply, and then we were hanging out, and then I texted him, and I was like, hey, I wanna learn more, can I just coffee chat you? And like Tommy was always like, as a freshman year, he's buying me food, like treating me like a baby. He's like, you're my baby, I'm gonna help you out and stuff. And like just taught me so much. And I literally do not know like where I would be without him. And I'm like so happy for him and like so excited to see like where he goes at Brown University. And I'm just so happy for him. And Gabby, to my child, the first Latina IBP, I'm so excited to see all the things you do and
Sherry? Sorry, Talia, my bad. My bad.
Okay. I guess I'm just like super, super grateful for this year and for the opportunity to have served on council. Like coming into UCLA, it was always my dream. And when I decided to run, a lot of people in my community told me I probably wouldn't win. And I honestly thought I didn't win when the election results came out. So it was definitely just a surreal feeling. And it feels like just like last week being here and shadowing last council's final meeting. And I think just like aside from all the events, one of the things that I'm really, really proud of is just some of the conversations I've had with individual students, but with organizations and entities on campus. Truly like having dialogue across difference and taking the first step and making those conversations happen. I feel like a big reason why I decided to run for USAC was I just felt there was this growing intolerance for being able to speak and engage with students that you didn't see eye to eye with. And I think coming into office, trying to raise that tolerance and champion that tolerance was super, super valuable to me. So for all the incoming officers, I'm super, super excited for all of you. And I just very, very much encourage you all to treat everyone, students, staff, and other council members with kindness and mutual respect. I think that is the bare minimum always, even when you guys don't disagree. And also to Evan, I'm so excited for you. It's actually crazy. Evan won our raffle at the GR1 Welcome Back raffle, and he was telling me that he was going to run for student government. So it's just surreal to see you sitting next to me, and I'm so excited for you. And if you have any questions, just text me, spam call me, whatever. I'm here. And yeah, congrats to everyone.
Thank you, Talia. Sherry?
Hi guys. For the past 4 years, EVP has been my entire life. It's taught me so much and it's pushed me in so many ways. And I feel like this year we've transformed the office into something beyond my wildest dreams. We planned and executed 12 lobby days and conferences, bringing over 300 students around LA County, Sacramento, DC, and all over the UC system. We planned countless events, including basic needs fairs that provided over 1,000 meals and produce bags to both students and AFSCME workers who are picketing because student and worker solidarity is so important. We organized, strategized, and attended every single Regents meeting. That's like 6 or 7 of them. Collected data and met with regents behind the scenes to bring light to issues on campus. We worked with over 30 student organizations across campus to fight back against federal administration's attack on UCLA. We allocated over $45,000 of our office budget to advocacy initiatives powered by student organizations across campus, and we introduced an amendment to the state constitution. That has never been done before by an EVP office. My time on council has taught me so much, but I think above all, it has taught me the importance of coalition building across campus and across the UC system. Every issue that we see as a council and that we care about and that we observe does not only affect undergraduates at UCLA, but it affects faculty, staff, workers, students across the UC and across the nation. Our biggest strength as an office and as a council has been our ability and willingness to reach out and center the real needs of our community members. So for all the new council that is here, I want to implore you all to keep that in mind. Issues of infrastructure, academic accessibility, opportunities for transfer students, international students, non-traditional students, etc., they're all intersectional. There's so many people across the UC system who are already working to accomplish these things, and it is your job, before you act, to learn, to listen, and to reach out. When one path leads to a dead end, pivot to another. Be creative in your advocacy and put heart into the work that you do. There's so many people that I want to thank. To all of council, thank you guys for, I mean, Tuesday nights kind of suck, but you guys make it a lot better. To Nico and Daniel, I will miss talking with you guys during council. And to our advisors, like seriously, would not have been able to do this without all of you. I've sat in Jonathan and Lorelai's office for hours laying on their couch. Lori, all the help that you've provided our office with rec spaces and guiding us in room bookings has been so helpful. In Orlando, I've so much have looked forward to every week talking to you about the region system and working with you. I'm talking to you about like appointing new student regents. And so seriously, like you all make the work that our offices do possible. I think there's 3 people in particular that I really need to thank, and that's my heads of staff. Sorry. Numi, who's here right now, like, she is EVP. There's no Sherry without Numi, I always say that. And when I decided to run, she was there the whole time, and sorry, I'm getting way too emotional. She built this office with me and all the things that we did this year. It is because of her, so I want to thank her. Jose, who I think was here earlier, he is my external head of staff. All these lobby days and the depth of legislative advocacy that our office did this year, that's all thanks to him. And Cecilia, who is not here today, but she's my successor. She's my head of ops this year. She loves and cares for the EVP office so deeply, and I have no doubt that our office will be in great hands. But yeah, I've had the pleasure this year, lastly, of watching this council care so deeply about what we call external advocacy, legislative advocacy, system-wide advocacy, political advocacy. A few years ago, I sat in those chairs and watched the EVP be the only person to introduce resolutions and letters about political issues. And so it really warms my heart that I've seen USAC grow so much since, and like center and care about issues that matter to all students, and not only frame them as political issues, but as human issues and issues of our campus. So yeah, I want to say thank you to all of you. And yeah, sorry for crying.
Thank you. Tommy?
Right. Hi, everybody. When I first entered student government, I wanted to do more than simply hold a position. I wanted to change the culture of UCLA student government itself. I wanted to help build a USAC that was bolder, more student-centered, and more willing to challenge institutions and fight unapologetically for our student body. Over the past 2 years, I've had the privilege of serving alongside students, organizers, staff, and advocates who care deeply about making UCLA a more equitable and compassionate space. Together, we secured nearly $500,000 in additional annual funding for basic needs resources through the Resources First referendum. We stood alongside student workers and successfully fought to secure paid sick leave for our ASUCLA student workers here on campus. We worked to author an amicus brief in the federal lawsuit against the Trump administration and helped organize one of the largest student walkouts at UCLA in decades. None of these accomplishments belong to just one person or one office. They belong to us students and the students of UCLA as a whole. Every victory we achieve came from the collective action and collective courage that is the UCLA student body. But beyond the policy victories, one of the things I'm most proud of is the people. Next year, 1/3 of the 2026-2027 USAC Council will have been staffers in my office. Jaya, Gabby, Ashley, Evan, and Susie. Watching each of you grow into leaders has been one of the greatest honors of my time here. You are thoughtful, you are compassionate, and you are deeply committed students, and I know that you will continue pushing this campus forward. And I especially want to acknowledge Jaya, my USAC daughter. She was the only freshman director in my general representative office. Before the school year even started, she reached out asking for a coffee chat during the summer. I was like, girl, like, I still remember that conversation clearly because from that very meeting, I knew she was going to be our president one day. Watching her grow into the leader she is today has made me incredibly proud, and I know that UCLA is in good hands with leaders like her stepping forward. I also want to acknowledge something deeply meaningful to me personally. I've had the honor of becoming the first Latino to serve as internal vice president at UCLA, and now I have the even greater honor of passing on the role to the second Latino, the first Latina IVP, Gabrielle Trujillo. Gabby, I could not think of a better person to pass this office on to. You lead with compassion, conviction, and authenticity. You care deeply about the students and understand the responsibility that comes with this role. I know you are going to accomplish incredible things, and I'm excited for the students who will get to experience your leadership. And last but not least, I want to say thank you to all of this council and also our professional staff. I am proud of what we have accomplished together, and I am endlessly proud to have served this campus alongside you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mine is going to be super fast. I want to start off by thanking my incredible team, but most importantly, my head of staff at least, who has guided me, helped me, advised me, and empowered me through it all. I'm honored to call you my friend and my fellow student leader. Thank you to all the council members who I learned so much from, especially those in the past year and this year. Congratulations to our new council, but most like for me, it's our general representatives, Evan, Susie, and Pranaya. Pranaya, shout out and thank you for your help with OSAC. Thank you to our advisors. Jonathan, Lorelai, Lori, Orlando, everyone else behind the scenes. Over the last 2 years serving in USAC, I've witnessed what I believe is one of the most critical moments for higher education in recent histories: free speech, academic freedom, affordability, governance, labor rights, institutional autonomy, and the future of public education. And so my message to the next council: be watchful. There will be moments when the university's priorities are not fully aligned with the needs of students. There will be pressure to stay quiet, to avoid difficult conversations, or to reduce your advocacy into symbolism rather than action. Do not let that happen. Collaborate with one another, even when you disagree. Build relationships across communities, across movements, across campus, and when necessary, hold our institution accountable strategically and firmly. And you will not always be able to fix every issue immediately, but don't underestimate the power of making students feel heard. Sometimes the most important thing you can offer someone is the assurance that their experience matters and that someone is willing to fight alongside them. And with that said, I don't adjourn this meeting, but I enjoyed my final meeting. To our advisors, you may have the floor. Said I adjourn today's meeting at 9:40 p.m.